What is happening, guys? Call of Duty Black Ops Kid here, coming at you with my total reaction to all the E3 and the highlights that I want to go over with you guys. So today was the last day of E3. Was actually yesterday, and who won E3 is my biggest question. I really think between all the events, I want to say probably Nintendo did. They had a lot of really good announcements. They had a Breath of the Wild sequel. They had more gameplay of Luigi's Mansion 3. And I feel like the Breath of the Wild sequel was probably one of the highlights for me. In the Nintendo showcase, they showcased the new Smash Brothers characters that are coming, Banjo and Kazooie, and the people from Dragon Quest, the hero, which is actually pretty cool. So there's one more character that has to be announced. Maybe it's Banjo and Kazooie's villains or something. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see that they actually bringing more Smash because it's been quite a while. They brought more things from Link's Awakening to Nintendo as well. And they also brought in The Witcher 3, which I kind of criticized and I got some hate for it. The graphics look a little bad. But it's cool that they're at least admiring and getting third-party things that weren't originally for the Switch. They're getting a lot of support with the Switch, and I adore anyone that is trying to get out there. And anyone who hasn't played The Witcher now has that option with playing the Witcher series now. So I didn't say it was horrible. I just thought it was a little weird. They had a bunch of other games announced, like No More Heroes 3 and a bunch of those types of games, but those didn't really wow me that much. I felt like there was a lot of just like generic Japanese anime games. They had a Fire Emblem game. Other than that, Ubisoft had a couple of good announcements, I guess. People are going crazy about Watch Dogs. I was a really big fan of the first one, and then the second one came out, and then I heard a lot of bad things about that one. So I just kind of gave up on the series, to be honest. And then the third one, it's interesting, but I don't see how they're going to take initiative with apparently you're being able to play as any character you want that's an NPC. So I'm curious how that works, but as far as we know, we have no like other information really. You're like post Brexit or something. That's all I heard. That was pretty interesting. And then it's kind of weird that we didn't have an Assassin's Creed, but it's nice because I hate seeing the games every year. Like, I'm not a big fan of Assassin's Creed like I used to be. I think after 3, everything went so bizarre. And I think a lot of people give Odyssey praise. But if you have story, actions, and a, like, time machine, time-changing game, if you do a branch of story, that doesn't really makes sense. Square Enix was also a really good showcase. They showcased 2 really awesome games that I'm excited for. Final Fantasy VII Remake, which has an official release date. It's going to be broken into multiple parts. I think it's going to be, they said probably, they didn't actually say it. I'm assuming it's probably going to be 4 parts. We thought it was going to be, only 2, but they said multiple, so that means probably at least 3 or 4. But one thing that's nice about it is that they said that the game is going to be broken down into multiple parts, but all the parts are going to be basically full-length games. That's really cool. I'm excited to see how they actually pull that off, if they can actually pull it off really good. If you do all that, is there a level cap per part? Is there all that stuff? It looks really good. I'm excited for it regardless, and I think it's a PlayStation exclusive, so it's not coming to Xbox. And then they had another game come out that I was really excited for, which was the Marvel's Avenger game. Now, I was kind of skeptical about this at first because everyone looks kind of weird. But obviously you can't do a one-to-one representation without giving the characters the recognition they deserve. So that's why they did that, I think. That's why Tony Stark has long hair and a beard, and everyone sounds a little interesting. That's what it's for, I think. And they didn't really go into much details, but there's a lot of details that came out afterwards. It's a single-player or cooperative game. possibly set into the Spider-Man PS4 universe, which is pretty interesting to see that. It looks really good. I don't really know what it's going to be about. We get a little bit of snippets. I'm excited to see how powers work and how the co-op is going to work out well. I can imagine someone's just going to get stuck with Cap or Black Widow or Hulk every time. They've only had 5 Avengers, but they said it was only a 3-player co-op game, so I'm curious how that works out. But yeah, it looks interesting. I'm not entirely sold on it yet, though. That's my problem with most games nowadays, is that I usually don't shoot for it immediately. I kind of sit back and wait, but it is what it is, you know.
Also, Bethesda's showcase was pretty mediocre. There was a couple of good announcements. We had the new Wolfenstein game. We also had Battle Royale for Fallout, which, come on. They even said, I think, in the past that they were not going to do Battle Royale, and it's pretty much Battle Royale. They also did release Doom Eternal, which is freaking awesome, and it's going to be coming out this year. And they're adding a whole bunch of new modes, multiplayer, all that kind of stuff. I'm super excited for Doom. Oh, and they unleashed that collector's edition, which was phenomenal. You get the Doom Slayer's helmet, and you get a bunch of other cool items. It looks awesome, dude. I'm so excited. That was probably the highlight of that. They had another game called Deathloop. Looks pretty interesting, which you didn't get a whole lot of details from it. The developers from Dishonored. That was pretty interesting to see that they kind of brought that to fruition. But regardless, Doom was a steal of the showcase, and other than that, I feel like everything else is just bye-bye.
The Xbox showcase I watched pretty much front to back. And I was actually pretty impressed. I would say that would probably be my second favorite showing. Although a lot of people were saying E3 was crap. But I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Halo Infinite finally got a little bit of stuff. No gameplay because it's not coming out till next year. Maybe they'll do that in next year's E3 when they share more information about Project Scarlet, which is their new next generation console. It looks really cool. The interesting idea is basically they took all the components from the PlayStation 5 that's been rumored and put it into their Scarlet, and them getting ahead of the game and actually announcing that they're making a new console and having some sort of branding with it and giving some more information, like 120 frames per second, 4K, 8K support, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people give Xbox crap, and Xbox players give PS4 players crap. And really, in reality, they're both putting out for the next generation of games. I don't know for sure, but it sounds like they're going to be supporting Xbox One with Scarlet. Like, they'll have the same disc and games. Because they have the Game Pass initiative, so I feel like it's going to be still an Xbox One based thing. Maybe the setup is going to be a little bit different, but regardless of that, we got to see a little bit of what Scarlet is going to be offering. It said 120 frames, which is nice for people that are looking for higher frame rates with consoles. Obviously, PC is just sitting here saying unlimited frame rates, but that is the point. And then they announced the PC Game Pass, which I actually have currently. There's not many games on it right now, but you can get it for $1 right now if you're trying to upgrade. You also get the Ultimate Pass, which is Xbox Game Pass, Xbox PC Game Pass, and Xbox Gold, all for $15. So for $5, if you already had the Game Pass, you get the PC Game Pass and you get the Gold, which in reality, 5 times 12 would month or a year of Xbox Live Gold, which helped me cost of that. Plus, I got the Game Pass. So I basically got the PC Game Pass for free. That's the way I look at it. It's not really a cost-effective way if you already buy Gold. But if you already buy Gold at a year like Spanx, then you can kind of get that, evens out, really. So you're getting the PC Game Pass for free. There's a couple good games on it. I'm excited to see the other games that are coming to it. Like they're having the Master Chief Collection come out on it. Age of Empire games, all 1 through 3 remastered. I'm excited for that. Really, I am. They showcased a couple of the other games, Gears, which I don't know, man. Gears of War 5 is kind of pity poke for me. They didn't show really that much gameplay. people were able to play at E3 with their basically escape mode, which is like horde combined with speed running. They said. Then they showcase that you can play the game early if you get the ultimate pass. So that's kind of cool that they're offering something more for the Game Pass user. They had a lot. I think E3 was overall pretty good. I wasn't there. I was invited, and I wish I could have gone, but with the current moving and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't able to go. But I think that it's cool that they showcased all this stuff, and that's probably my highlights, honestly. There's probably some from the PC games that I just kind of brazed over. I didn't really watch it. I'm sure there was a lot of good stuff, but this is mainly just console version, and explaining some of the cool events and the games that came out that I'm super excited about. And that was my overall take of E3. I thought that Nintendo did a really good job. Xbox did a really good job. And people were giving like, oh, Xbox lost even though PS4 wasn't even there, or PlayStation or Sony wasn't even there. And I personally thought their releases were pretty good. There was a lot of like indie games that were coming out for the Xbox One, which kind of Nintendo did it in a way a little bit too. I mean, they can't just do all first parties. That's the way we got to say it. They can't do all just first parties, but when they did do their first parties, they did a pretty good job, I think. Nintendo did a really good job. They always do a really good job with their like Nintendo Directs, and they had some more gameplay of Link's Awakening afterwards. And overall, I was actually pretty happy with E3, and some of you guys probably weren't. I was. So thank you guys so much for watching. What is your guys' favorite parts of E3? Let me know down in the comment section below. And make sure you guys subscribe for more great content just like this every single week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Wake the up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Of the future is really going to be breathtaking. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.